What's up, poker players? Hope you guys are out there stacking chips so high you can't see over them. As you can see, the bankroll is now up to 1922. Still a very long ways from 100,000, but progress. Slow and steady progress. Today's video, we're going to take a look at this last cash game session. Bit of a roller coaster here, but had a late night run. Looks like I caught some cards at the end. Let's see what happened. First thing let's look at is these win rates. All in the green, steady, consistent. You can see I'm starting to adjust my game as we move up in stakes. The aggression goes up as well as the 3-bet percentage. Aggression here consistently increasing. Aggression percentage consistently increasing as well. This program is Holdem Manager. I use this to analyze all of my poker play. Highly worth it, you guys. The link for Holdem Manager is down in the video description. Poker Tracker is the same type of software, but I have become accustomed to Holdem Manager and prefer this program. If you are not using this, I highly suggest it. You can try a 30-day free trial by clicking the link down below. Back to the poker session. Got in 4,200 hands over a little bit over 6 hours. Not the best volume, but I was doing work on the side, kind of playing poker on the side as well. So I might not have been in full attention, but I'll take this session, not bad. Let's take a look at some of the big hands. Here's one from towards the end of the night. Biggest hand of the night. We have pocket aces under the gun. Open raise to 3x, and we get 3-bet from under the gun +2. Folds back around to us, and we decide to 4-bet here. I see that this player has a pretty aggressive set of numbers so far. Not a lot of hands, so this might be a recreational player, and hasn't folded to a 4-bet yet. So I make it 12.50, and we get a call. See a flop. There is 25.75 in the pot. Not the greatest flop. That can hit a lot of hands that were 3-betting, but we are beyond pot committed here with this player's effective stack, less than $42, and we're going to get a lot of calls from any pair out there above 9s. I lead out to half pot, and we get a call. I think any king out there would play this way, as well as any pair above 9s, so we are going to be beating most of this player's range and trying to get value from those pairs that could be out there, which is exactly what this player has, pocket queens. So I get it all in here. I can't see this player folding at all with less than $30 and over 50 in the pot, and we do get a call. We see we're up against queens, just have to avoid a queen on the river, and we pick up a pot of over $100 right there with the aces over queens. Second biggest pot of the night also came with aces at a 50 NL table. This time we were in the small line. Under the gun, +1 open raises to a $1.50, and we get a call from the hijack. It's on us. We're going to be 3-betting here out of position. I make it 6 to go. Under the gun, +1 calls, and the hijack folds. Flop is queen high, 2-tone, 2 diamonds out there. We have backdoor straight and backdoor flush draws, as well as the pair of aces. There is $14 in the pot, and I lead out for 8, and we get a call. The turn is the 4 of hearts. This card probably did not help any hands out there. I cannot see any 4s being in this player's 3-bet calling range and flop calling range. Still a very draw heavy board, so I'm going to be betting here. I make it a little bit larger than half pot, giving us the opportunity to get the rest of our chips in on the river, and we get a call. The 5 on the river means that all the draws missed. There's only 20 bucks left in our stack in a $61 pot. This player is probably not going to be folding much of anything since he has called the entire way. So let's try to get value from the hands that we're calling, like any queen that could be out there, maybe any 10, and it looks like pair of 9s are also calling the whole way. So we jam all in, and this player calls, and we pick up a pot of almost $100 right there. Now we're at a 50 NL table. We have pocket queens under the gun +1, standard open raise to 3x, and we get 3-bet on the button. I probably should have 4-bet this player since he has a very wide 3-bet percentage, and only 38 of those are premium hands, and he doesn't fold much to 4-bets. He might have folded this hand to a 4-bet though, so I decide just to make a call and play in position against this player. Flop is queen high, 2-tone, 2 spades out there. That connected very well with our hand, And this player leads out for a very small amount, 293. And I see that he only folds 24% of hands to flop raises. And I'm going to take advantage of that by 3-betting here. I make it 3 times his open raise, and he does not fold. He continues with his trend of not folding the flop raises. I cannot believe he called with this hand, actually, but thank you. And that turn card absolutely locks it up for us. The only hand that we are losing to is 4-5 or pocket aces, both of which could technically be in this player's range. He checks back, and there are a lot of draws out there now, and I don't want any draws to get there for cheap, so I make it $14, setting us up very well for a river jam. But this player jams all in, and this is a very easy call for us. We see that we just have to avoid an ace on the river, and there's a 5, and we take down that pot of almost $100 again. Now we're at the 100 NL table. We have ace 9 on the button, folds to us, going to open raise here to 3x, and we get 3-bet from the same player that we were just in a hand with. We already know what kind of player this is. Very polarized, very wide 3-bet percentage, and a perfect player to play against in position post flop. So I'm going to make the call here with ace 9 suited, and we wind up flopping the nut flush draw as well as 2 overcards, and this player leads out for a little bit less than 2/3 of the pot. He already saw what we did with the flop set, so I'm going to do the same type of play as last time. I make it a little bit larger than 3 times his bet, pretty much representing a flop set again. Again, he does not fold to our 3-bet, and the turn is a jack. There's 92.50 in the pot. We're beyond pot committed here. He checks back. I could check back here to try to see a cheap river card, a free river card actually, but we are still representing a very strong hand, and we saw this player do this play with middle pair last time, just 3s, and I can't see him calling an all in here if he has something like ace 4 or ace 7 or ace deuce or whatever it could be, or any of the draws that could be out there as well in this player's range. So I do jam all in, and he makes the fold, and we pick up a pot right there of 92.50 with nothing but an ace high. Now we're at the 25 NL table. We have an open min raise from this player that we just got in those last 2 hands with, and a lot of calls behind him. We have ace king out of position. I'm going to be 3-betting here, and we get 4-bet by this player. We already know that his range is pretty wide, and he's short stacked. I guess he's not really short stacked. He's got 100 big blinds, but I think getting it in with ace king here against this player isn't a terrible play, so I decide to jam, and he makes the call. I see that we're up against aces. Not a great spot for us to be in, but we hit a straight on the turn. We are just dominating this guy. He is not happy. That is what I am talking about. That's got to be that one right in there, probably. Green goes up, orange goes down. Looks like I had a bad beat right in there, too. Here's that bad beat I was talking about. We are at the 25 NL table. This time we have pocket aces, and we open raise from the small blind. Going into the big blind, I was absolutely abusing this guy since he has very high fold percentage to steals, and I think he got sick of it and wanted to fight back this time. Not the best hand to fight back against, so he 3-bets at 225. I 4-bet to 550, and he jams all in. Perfect setup for the aces. I make the call. See that we're up against 5s, but he flops a 5. We have outs going to the river with an ace and miss, and he takes that one down. You can see it goes both ways. Sometimes you bad beat aces, and sometimes your aces get bad beats. Now we're at the 25 NL table again. We have ace queen in the big blind. Small blind opens up to us to about 2.5x, and I 3-bet. This is a small 3-bet. I'm not really sure why I made it smaller. Maybe that was a misclick, but I make it 2.5 times his bet as well, and he makes a call. We see a flop, and we wind up flopping top 2. There's $3 in the pot. I bet 190, almost 2/3 of the pot, and this player makes a call. The turn is the 3 of hearts. I still think we are dominating pretty much any hand out there. Pocket 8s is maybe the only one I'm worried about right now, and all the draws that could be out there. There is 680 in the pot. I make it 4 on the turn, and he check raises me, and I could see a lot of the draws doing this. I could see pocket 8s doing this, and there are a lot more draws than there are pocket 8s out there. So I'm jamming all in, not letting a free card get there on the river, and this player does call with the flush draw, winds up hitting 2 pair on the river, but our 2 pair is higher, and we take down a pot right there of a little bit less than $50. Now we have ace king at the 25 NL table. We are in the cutoff seat. The hijack open raises to 3x, and we 3-bet to 250, folds around to the open razor, and this player 4-bets. I see that this player has pretty aggressive numbers over the 221 hands that we have on him. Not a huge sample size though, so this could be a recreational player, and I'm going to try to get a lot of the lower pairs to fold here, so I'm going to jam all in and put the pressure on him. He makes a call. We're up against queens. Not a terrible spot. It's a coin flip. We wind up missing the aces and the kings, and this player picks up a pot with the queens. Just lost a coin flip. Not too much to worry about with that one. I like the way we played it. You're going to lose those hands about half the time. Head down to the video description to download Holdem Manager as well as America's Card Room, where I do all of my poker playing. Use promo code DKPoker to get a $1,000 deposit bonus as well as 50 tournament bucks. Hit that subscribe button if you guys have not done that yet. I cannot believe how quickly this channel has grown and how many subscribers there are on a daily basis. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. If you have any comments or questions, leave those down in the comment section below, and I will be back very soon with a new video. But until then, I'll see you guys out on the virtual felt.